right, so I believe I am almost live on YouTube. So I believe, yes, okay, so I am there. I am going to put in the chat immediately over on YouTube for anyone who goes over there, the link for the checklist that is going to be so useful to you when we are done. Okay, so I am closing that off and getting right into recording on this. Awesome, awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you guys so much for joining this important class today. It is very important and something that I believe would help you in 2024 and beyond for your business, right? Even if you don't have a business, I believe that learning the strategies on here during this class will really help you to think about something that you want to get into if you are not into it already. It will also help you to improve what you are working on. It's going to be a great class. We are going to get right into the presentation. Let me share my screen. Now I'm going to be going back and forth between sharing my screen and also the presentation. All right, so I'm going to be going live on my account in Alibaba and show you some things that would, help you learn how to navigate the system. All right, so thank you guys so much. This has been the most throughout the workshops, so most people are signed up for this class, right? I know a lot of people may not be able to make it live. Those of you who are live, that's awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. And those of you who will be watching the replay, it's going to be tons of value for you. All right. So we are talking all about Alibaba and using that platform to grow your business. So why am I qualified to even talk about this or to share with you on this? Listen, I have been in business now over 15 years and in online business now over 7 years. And in everything that I do, I try to do it to the very best of my ability. And so if there is a product which I introduced products in like it's over 3 years ago, I knew that I wanted to have something of value. And I want to say that to you as well. You must value what you put out there, tangible into the world. You must value that so much that you would settle for nothing less than the best, nothing less than quality, nothing less than something that is almost perfect. Why? Because it's a representation of you. It is a representation of how you value your clients, your customers, and even the very thing or things that you put out into the world, right? We want something that would say, okay, person, this person has quality on their mind and they have their client on their mind and they give us the best. All right. So anything that you are doing, I want to say that make sure that you do it to the best of your ability. And that's what I'm going to show you tonight with the products, right? So I have my example so that you can see firsthand why I am qualified to share with you what I'm sharing with you this evening, okay? So first things first, my planner, my ultimate mompreneur planner, for those of you who have it, or for those of you who have been eyeing it for a while, this is what I was able to produce the very first time that I had this product as an idea in my head. Yes, Genevieve has it, right? The very first time, you would not believe this product came about from the very first time that I went on Alibaba to look for products. There's a lot that we are going to be sharing throughout the presentation, and a lot of the things you are going to see what I'm talking about just a little later on as we go through the presentation. But this is what I was able to produce to connect with my supplier and to get in my hands from Alibaba. This is the box, because this is the box also that from my same supplier. This is what I'm talking about in giving the best, giving the best. I could have stopped at just the planner, right? But I'm talking about giving the best, right? The box that this came in, most of you would know that it is a box inside of a box. And most of you would know the quality, can attest to the quality. You can hear it of this box and the planner that is inside. Listen, let me tell you, I was so happy. I was so happy with my product. I worked together with Cassia, Basic to Branded, on this project. That can be an entirely other class. If you want that, let me know. But in terms of branding and bringing your idea into life, side note, I read a lot of books. Dealing with me, you would realize a lot of things. I read a lot of books, and this came about from reading, right? On marketing. Like, I think this book was the one-page marketing plan. One-page marketing plan. That is where I got the idea on what to put in the front of this planner. So go get or read or download the one-page marketing plan. It's going to help you bring your idea to life. Extra tip, okay? Extra tip. So we have the box, we have the planner, and for my brunch my brunch recently concluded, for that, one of these years, I wanted to have like a canvas bag that I would put my attendees stuff in. And I used Alibaba to get this bag as well. When I tell you, strong, sturdy, beautiful print, everything was like so perfect. I could fit so much things in here. Alibaba. Okay. So we are going to be going through some examples, and I'm gonna ask for some examples from you guys when we get to that stage, and things that we could search for so that we could help you get the best supplier for your product, for your business. Okay, so qualified to tell you what I have done to get to that stage. All right, so we are going to go straight into the presentation. Your time is valuable, and I am going to share with you guys. Okay, let me get to here to present full screen. Okay. All right. So I believe that you guys are seeing my screen. All right. I do hope so. All right. So we are going to go directly into the teaching part of this, and then we are going to do some live examples. All right. So supplier secrets. You're going to unlock that tonight. How you can find your perfect match on Alibaba and boost your business. All right. I guess you guys know who I am, I am Kelisha Mills. I'm a wife, I'm a mom of four. I have a few businesses and I have a community of women and mom entrepreneurs that I really share my life, my examples on business and how you can grow. We are all growing together, all right? Things and life, it's not easy, but we try our best to do the best that we can to move ourselves forward. All right. So tonight we are, well, whenever you are listening to this, we are talking about how you can find a great supplier for your products and your service on Alibaba. All right. So you are here because you want to walk away with the confidence and the strategies on how you can find reliable suppliers on Alibaba, how you can negotiate the best deals, and how you can build long-term partnerships that will boost your business growth, right? My suppliers that I have on Alibaba, we have had relationships for years since we started this project and my bag and even other things. We have constant communication. That means that even after all of those years, I still get the same pricing. I still get the same large discounts. I get discounts when I refer other people to them. And I am going to share my suppliers with you guys. Those of you who are on, and those of you who reach out to ask me for my suppliers, I will share that with you. If you know anything about me, if you ask me a question, if you want any piece of information, I am always happy and willing to share with you. There makes absolutely no sense to hog information or to hide information or to gatekeep, as they call it. All right. I love to share. Why? Because you grow, I grow, right? You give, you receive, right? You always have to have that mentality and do it with a willing and an open heart, and you would see how things would move for you. That's another side note, okay? So this is why we are here. Why are we here? All right, so more people coming in. Okay, so why Alibaba? Okay, so you would have global reach. Alibaba connects millions of suppliers and buyers worldwide. It is the largest marketplace for B2B, which is business to business trade online. All right. It's the largest. Okay. And so that's why it is the best place for you to even think about going to get your products and your services. Okay. Why Alibaba again? Supplier diversity. There are so many suppliers on Alibaba that offer like literally anything and everything. Materials, finished goods, anything in between, you would find it on Alibaba. All right, so that also is what makes Alibaba the number one choice for persons who look for their products and service. Customization and flexibility, right? There are many suppliers and they allow you to customize your products and they offer the flexibility for your brand. There's no way that I would have been able to create this if they didn't allow me to customize. They would have had I would have had the choice of a plain notebook, nothing to the front, no extras, no added on, no ribbon, no pockets inside, no tabs, right? If they didn't allow me to customize my product. No branding, not my name on there, right? Alibaba allows you to customize, which again makes it the number one place, right? Another example, my bag, like I would have just had a plain, like to the back here, a plain canvas bag. I would not have been able to customize it to what I want. More on that a little later. And Alibaba also, we need to think about why finding the right supplier matters, right? Why Alibaba and why finding the right supplier on Alibaba, why that matters. It will impact your product quality, which is what I opened with, right? It will impact your cost. It will also impact your reliability. When you don't get the right supplier, all of those things would be impacted. You would, if you get, let's say you get the wrong supplier, getting the wrong supplier would mean that your product quality will not be that great. The cost will be, your profit margin will be much lower, and also the reliability, getting it on at a certain time frame, you may never get your product. Let's just say that, right? And again, as we move along, I'm going to show you the things that you need to look out for to ensure that that does not happen. All right. And I also put a checklist in the chat. I'm going to put it again when we get off here so that you can use that checklist to make sure that you are doing the right thing right through. Okay. Finding the right supplier also means that your supplies would be consistent, and it will also encourage your business growth. Okay, having the wrong supplier would mean that your business would either freeze, stay stagnant, or dissolve altogether. Suppliers matter, and the right supplier matters. So let's get right into the search strategies on Alibaba. So I'm going to go through this section, and then I'm going to share my screen of my account that is on Alibaba so that you could see exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So we look at the keyword search and filters. Keyword search is like so important. It is the first step to finding what you want on Alibaba. All right. When you type your keyword, you need to be so specific. If you have been in business for a while, you know how drilling down to your niche is so important. Drilling down, okay, let me see. Screen sharing is paused. The slide is not advancing. The slide show is not showing. Oh my. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop the share. Okay, please let me try sharing again. Share. Why is it pausing? Okay. Resume. Okay. I hope you can see. Let me know. I'm not sure how long it was not. Let me go back. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go back just a few, just to make sure that you saw this. But me speaking was the same thing that was on the slide. All right. Customization and flexibility. They allow you to customize your product, and they also are very flexible for your brand. They would impact your quality, your cost, and your reliability. It will be essential for consistent supply and business growth. All right. So again, you go to the homepage, you look for your keywords. So instead, let's say again, you are looking for your tote bag. You just don't type tote bag. You have to be more specific. If you type tote bag, a million products and a bag may not even come up. All right. So you be very, very, very specific. Drill it down, or make it more broad, right? So organic cotton tote bags instead of just bags or tote bags. You can even put the color that you want, right? Be very, very, very specific to what you want so that you can get the right product. That's where we begin. And I'm going to share the screen after, so that in my account, so that you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. Keyword search and filters, we are continuing in that vein. You use the filters, right? Which is the supplier location. These are, I want you to write these things down because this is very, very, very important. The minimum order quantity, because we know through these websites that there is a minimum order quantity for some suppliers. You need to make sure that you filter it down to the minimum order quantity. Is it that you just want one item, 10, 100, 500, they would tell you, and I'm going to show you what is their minimum order quantity. And the quantities that you also purchase will also affect your price, right? The price range that you are looking for, okay? This is where you also have to go and do market research and financial research to see, what something like that would cost so that you would know, okay, hey, yes, I am getting a bargain. I've been in the procurement field for now over 25 years, believe it or not. And so I know a thing or two about finding supplies. It's my profession to find things. And I believe that's what, made me so successful in finding these great suppliers online through Alibaba. All right. You also need to look at their certification and to make sure that they are verified suppliers. And I'm going to show you how you can look for all of that. All right. Verified suppliers, they have been checked by a third party and they are more trustworthy. Alibaba tells you who are verified suppliers, and I'm going to show you verified suppliers. And also gold suppliers, better than verified suppliers, gold suppliers pay for their membership and they show commitment to credibility. So when you see that gold seal or you see that that supplier is a gold supplier, you would see that you would know, or you would have the confidence that you are going to get your product, that the product is quality, and that you are going to get it within a certain time frame. All right. So one of the first things, start with the assessed suppliers. When you are looking for your supplier search, start with the ones that are assessed first. So those gold suppliers or those verified suppliers, and then narrow it down to other high quality options. Categories and directories. So you can explore categories and industries and directories for tailored supplier recommendations. All right, when we go onto the app, you are going to see exactly what I'm talking about. Using the Alibaba platform, the mobile app, it is, and also the desktop app. I use the desktop because, it's just easier to maneuver. It's handy for on-the-go searches and for communication. That's a mobile app. I use a desktop app when I am sure, or when I am really in that mode of doing research and in that mode of, finding that right supplier. I use a desktop app. You could use a mobile app just, to, as they say, just on the go, you are thinking about something, you would see what is out there. But I suggest that you use the desktop app when you are really in that research mode. I say give yourself at least an hour to do proper research on the product that you are thinking about utilizing, all right? And you can also enable push notifications so that you can stay updated when the suppliers contact you via the chat, when your product has been shipped, all of that to keep updated and to keep contact with the supplier. You could enable push notifications on your phone, or if it's available on your computer, so that you can keep in communication with the supplier, or also when there are new deals that are available for the product that you are thinking about. Now, the new mobile app, it has a chat feature. where you can have real-time supplier discussions. You could also use a favorites function if you want to bookmark the suppliers or the products that seem to be a good fit for what you are about to do. All right. So using the platform, you can enable again those notifications. Now, when you are evaluating the suppliers, right? When you are vetting them, right? Remember, we are moving through, we are looking for that credibility of the supplier, right? Again, we said look for the verified badge. It will show that the supplier has gone through this verification process. It would make your life a whole lot easier because you would not have to worry that you could possibly spend $10,000 and never receive your product. You don't have to worry that you could possibly spend $10,000 and you get a box with nothing in it. All right. Please, please, please utilize the verified supplier badge. Okay. All right. Also, what is important? Again, this is why you need time to go through the profiles, to do the research. This is why you need to vet. All of this is part of the vetting process. All right. Read their company profiles. Take the time and read. You are going to have an idea of those companies that are more credible. All right. Look at how long they have been on Alibaba. All of that I'm going to show you. What is their main product offering? What are their certifications? Most times I take my time and I go through the reviews. I go through what people are saying about the product that they receive, if they received it at all, the quality, how fast did they receive the item, right? Was the price better than if they were to buy it just strictly within the US? Take the time, all of it is on the website, and I'm going to show you. Take your time and read their profile. Do your research. If they say that they are at this address, go and Google it, right? Pull them up on Google, pull up their website, right? If they are on Alibaba, most likely they have their own website and provide these services, even if they direct you back to Alibaba to work with them. But do your proper research. All right. So there are also factory audits. Alibaba offers factory verification services where third-party inspections, they go through that to check their production capability. So Alibaba is going to tell you that this supplier is capable of producing this amount of this item, right? Let's say, for example, you want to purchase 500 of something. Alibaba is going to tell you, okay, yes or no, this supplier has the capacity to produce this amount of product. They may have the capacity to produce 100,000, 500,000, or they may have the capacity to produce 100, 10, 1. They will tell you. So you'll make sure and look for that as well. All right. Again, read the reviews, look at their ratings. It will be right there in front of you, the ratings. How many stars do they have? I would not deal with a supplier who does not have 5 stars because my customers, my clients, they deserve 5-star product and from a 5-star manufacturer. Okay, so I will not utilize a supplier that does not have 5 stars. It's like, let's say another major website for service is Fiverr. I would not utilize a supplier, a service provider on Fiverr that does not have 5 stars. Like, why would I? Right? Because I know that I want the best, okay? So look at the previous buyers, see what they are saying. They will tell you. People do not mince their words on the product that they receive or that they did not receive, okay? So take your time and do that research, all right? Look at their response rate. A high response rate, that is one that is over 80%, right? That is a good sign that the supplier is communicative and that they are reliable. You do not want a supplier that, okay, you message them today, you are taking 5 days to get a response. No, you don't have time for that. It shows that, okay, maybe when I pay for my goods or service, my goods from this supplier, I may never hear from them again. All right. So make sure that you find a supplier that has a high response rate, and the website is going to tell you that. All right. Look at their transaction history. The website shows you all of that as well. Check their transaction level to see how often they do business and who they do business with. All right. All of this is right there for you. All right. You don't want a supplier that the last time that they produced something for a client was 5 years ago. Like, are you still in business? Right? Are you a business? Right? Like, come on. All right. So check their transaction level. See when was the last time, and the website also tells you how much of that product they sold. It's all there for you. So, but you have to take the time to do this research, right? Request samples. Most suppliers, they give you a sample of what you are looking for to make sure. I don't have my sample with me of my planner, but the sample that I got of my planner was darn near perfect. Darn near perfect. It was so good. I was like so shocked, so surprised at the quality of the product, right? Never skip that sampling process. It is your quality control before committing to a larger order. Most suppliers are happy to send you a sample, right? You just have to ask for it. You just have to make sure. All you would have to do is, I think, just pay for the shipping. The sample is free. Some of them, they may have a minimal cost for the sample, right? But most of um, the verified suppliers, they are quite happy to give you a sample at no cost, right? But even if there is a minimal cost, hey, what is the cost for you to make sure that when you go and order 500 of that thing, that you are sure you are getting 500 of that quality item? I was so scared, let me tell you, when I made my first order for my planners, my MOQ was 500 pieces, and it had to be shipped, big shipment container, all of that. I was so scared. I was wondering, this investment that I made, would I even get this product, right? But from all that we would have shared before, and I want you to utilize your checklist, right? The communication with the supplier, the sample that I received, their reviews, their company profile, how much transactions they did with customers before, I was a little more comfortable in continuing to do business with them. All right. So make sure that your sample is on the way. All right. Now, how to negotiate for samples and what you should be testing when you receive them. Pro tips, right? Packaging. Look at the packaging, right? I showed you my planner. Look at the packaging. Clean. There was no smell, right? Sometimes you purchase some stuff from some places and there's this high chemical smell on it. Listen, no smell, right? Material quality, and also the functionality. Functionality. It would make no sense me purchasing this box and it did not have this flap on the end here to close and to make sure this box closed properly and sealed, right? Test your product's function. It could be you are ordering clothing, right? As I know some of you in here, you order clothes, right? Test the function of your clothes. You purchase joggers, hoodies, whatever. It doesn't have a string to tighten the waist or to tighten around the neck, the head, the hoodie. Then it's not functional, right? Unless that is what you are looking for. But I highly doubt it, right? Test the function of your product when you get the sample, okay? Now, when you are looking at the price, right? Price, be aware of that minimum order quantity. It's going to affect your price. Buying 500 of an item, 500 pieces of an item versus buying 1,000, okay, or 10,000 pieces of an item, there would be a drastic difference in the cost, right? I purchased the 500 MOQ because that is what I could have afforded, right? But if I had a larger investment, right, and also a larger audience, it would have made more sense to me to purchase 1,000 pieces, right? But you start where you are and you make the decision what you can afford, right? Your audience, how many, who you are purchasing for, right? How many for you would be feasible just to start, because you don't want to go and purchase 1,000 pieces of an item that no one buys, right? So be aware of that minimum order quantity. Some suppliers offer lower prices for larger orders. Well, most of them do, right? So make sure that you have an idea of what is your budget and how many of each item you need to start with, all right? So Incoterms, these are terms that they have, and I'm going to show you again, like freight on board, or they say free on board, freight on board, right? EXW, X works, right? CIF, which is your cost, insurance, and the freight. All of those are what is included in the pricing, and they should break all of that down for you, right? Alibaba breaks it down for you. They would say that this cost includes freight, it includes the cost of the item, the insurance for the item, the freight for the item, which is shipping, in other words, shipping to get it to where it goes, all right? And if by chance you don't see that, you ask the supplier. They should be able to tell you, okay? Now, you don't go with the very first price that they give you. The website thrives on negotiation. As we said at the beginning, there are thousands of suppliers on Alibaba, right? If you don't get what you want from this supplier, I'm pretty like 99% sure that you could get it from another supplier. Why? Because the platform thrives on negotiation, right? But when you are negotiating, please be respectful and be professional, right? When you are doing this for a while, you are going to be able to build that rapport so that you know, okay, this is what I want. Can you meet me over here in terms of this price for this amount of item, of product, right? You are going to learn how to chat with them so that you would walk away with the best deal. All right. And what you want for your hard-earned money that you are going to invest, you want the best deal. All right. But make sure when you are doing that, please be respectful and be professional. Okay. So again, tips for negotiating. Consider more than the price, right? Include the lead time, right? You need to find out what are the guarantees, the product guarantees, if they have guarantees or warranty on the item. You need to be clear, very clear about that. And what are the return policies if by chance the product that you get, the product that you waited 5 months for, that came across the sea in a ship and cleared customs, right? You want to know if you by chance don't get what you want, what are the return policies? Hey, I am sure that there are stories out there that that it was a reality, right? So you take in front, right? You make sure and ask all those questions up front before they ship your item. Remember, it's a long conversation. This is not a one-day thing. This could take you weeks to ensure that you get what you want and that you get the supplier that you are looking for, right? Make sure that you ask these questions. Also, ask for discounts, right? You are a first-time buyer. You are a bulk buyer, right? Ask for those discounts. It does not hurt. The most that they can say is no, right? But as I said, they most likely would meet you halfway or some way, right? But never sacrifice on the quality. You could sacrifice on the price, right? They could be hard with you and say, no, this is the price for this amount, okay? But you could compromise on that, but never, ever, ever compromise on the quality of your product for a cheaper price. Never make it the other way around, right? They could tell you, well, you could get this box, but the thickness of this will not be how much of a GSM. It might be a 180, which is the quality of a Bristol board. The quality of a Bristol, and you would pay less. Of course, you would pay less, but you would have a Bristol board box that does not serve the purpose for what it is you need. It will not work, right? Never say, okay, I would take the cheaper thing because it is a cheaper quality. Never. Okay? I hope that helps, right? Now, you have negotiated with your supplier, right? So now we are going to, I can't believe it's been 45 minutes already into this. Okay, let's continue. Um, you have you have negotiated with your supplier, right? And now we are going to the nitty-gritty. This is one of the most important parts. Just before you pass your credit card or debit card or wire information to send your funds to this supplier. The contract and the terms, very important. Have clear contracts in place that outline the delivery dates, the payment terms, and also the product specifications. So important. It's like, this is something that you should ensure that you have it saved somewhere. If by chance Alibaba website shuts down the day after you purchase your items, right? You have that contract in place, signed, written, right? That you know when your product was supposed to arrive, right? How long it's going to take to get there. What were the payment terms? If you paid in front, you paid 50%. When the product ships, you pay another 50%, right? Or whatever the payment terms, and also exactly what it is you are getting, right? That is so important. That contract in your hand, you could take whoever to court if it gets to that, right? So contract terms, super important, right? Protect your business. Protect your business. One of the key things that you have to look out for on Alibaba is to use trade assurance. I do not purchase anything on Alibaba if it is not trade assured. Why? Because when it is trade assured, I would be assured that if that item does not get into my hand, that I would get my money back, right? That is what trade assurance basically is. All right. It also ensures that your transaction is secure. All right. Alibaba is saying, I am taking the risk for you, right? Alibaba is taking that risk for you so that they know, right? When if the item is shipped or wherever it goes, right? If you don't get that item, or if something is grossly wrong with that item, again, going back to those contract terms, that you would get your money back. All right. Make sure trade assurance is free. All right. And it is something that suppliers offer. Remember, I told you earlier about that verified badge. Also, make sure that your supplier is trade assured, right? Not all suppliers offer that. But again, it's going to show that this supplier is sound, they are quality, right? That they are verified, right? And it increases their credibility by 1000%, right? Because they are saying that you are doing trade with me and I am assuring that you are going to get your product in the quality that we discussed, okay? Securing supplier relationships, communication is key. Maintain clear and consistent communication with your supplier. Be upfront about your expectations, right? And always provide feedback. Always provide feedback. Again, well, the trade assurance program, it protects your orders, right? With secure payment guarantees. Make sure that your supplier is enrolled. We are talking about special tips and tricks here. 1, trade assurance. 2, logistics planning. Consider how the supplier will ship your products. Get clear on shipping times and the cost for shipping early on. While you are inquiring and getting your quote, right? You send them the address that you want the item shipped to. They are going to give you an estimate on the shipping cost. Most times it is the exact cost when you are ready to ship if you are shipping the quantities that you discussed, okay? How are they going to ship it? Are they going to use DHL? Are they going to use FedEx? Is it going to be sea? Because that is also going to determine the speed. Are you going to overnight ship the items to you? Are you going to do 7 to 10 days, right? See if it's sea, how many weeks that it's going to take, and where is the port that it's going to? Questions to ask. Okay. 3, language barriers. Use Alibaba's transaction tools or hire a sourcing agent if communication becomes difficult. Most times they translate on the app, right? Most times they translate in English. So you would be speaking in English, they would be seeing you in Chinese or whatever language they are, you will be seeing them in English, right? So that's what Alibaba does. So for you, seeing it in English, you would be seeing their response in English as well. Or you could also change the language that you want to be communicated with, and I'm going to show you that as well, all right? When you are analyzing the competitors, remember I said that there's negotiation. There are so many different suppliers on there. Research which suppliers your competitors are using by searching for similar products. Now that is a whole other class that I could teach. Why? Because the inspiration for my planner is from my own research and what I saw out there that I wanted, the quality, the design, I wanted it to look similar. And that's why I started my search in putting in the keywords of what I wanted. You could go so far as to put in the picture of what you want in there so that it would run competitors, or you may see the exact product that you want from certain suppliers, and then you narrow down from there, okay? If by chance you plan to scale, if by chance your business takes off, right, you have 10,000 orders on back order, right? You would want to consider scheduling a visit to the factory so that you could see the process, right? We always see these people on the internet, right? Where they take a trip to China, Japan, wherever these things are made, to go and see and feel and touch and, make adjustments and, firsthand say, okay, I want this change, I want this added, I want this removed. When you get to that space, you consider taking the trip for it to be firsthand, right? So that is it for the slides. All right. I'm going to open just a few minutes because we have to go into the website part of it. Time is going like so fast. All right. I'm going to stop the share for 1 second. If you have any questions, I'm going to take questions just for a few minutes, and then I'm going to go into the Alibaba website. If we have none, we are going to go straight into that. You can unmute if you have any questions on what we have shared so far. I'm going to give you 2 minutes, and then we are going to go straight into the website. How long did it take me to receive the product sample? It took me a bit over 2 weeks because they had to make the sample. So my sample looked exactly as my planner. So they had to go and make one of this. So of course, making one of a product, it takes more time than making many of it, right? And they had to make sure that everything was positioned and everything was included in what I wanted, right? So it took me, I believe, over 2 weeks to get my sample. They sent it via DHL. For me, I got it directly at my home when I requested the sample from them. The sample was like almost identical to the finished product, almost identical. I had a few tweaks. I wanted some things to be more detailed. And so, yeah, that's how long it took me to get my sample. Do you deal with more than one supplier when asking for samples? You can. You can if you want to compare quality, but no two suppliers are the same, right? It depends on what you are working with. For me, I had quite a good rapport with this supplier for this planner, and so I was only dealing with them. That in itself, like, could have been a risk because I was dealing with one supplier. I did not have two or three to compare, right? But at that time, I didn't really want to date. I did a lot of research on the supplier, and I was comfortable with the quality. And the main test for me was to get the sample. They were very communicative. They checked all the boxes and everything that we would have discussed before. And so I said, okay, I want to get the sample. When I go into my portal, I would check to see. I don't think I paid for my sample. All I paid was for the shipping for the sample to get to me, right? But it depends on the item. You can deal with more than one, and so that you can better compare the quality, the feel, the finishes, all of those things that we spoke of earlier, to make sure that, okay, I'm more comfortable going with this one rather than that one. So you can date, but for me, I chose to stick with the one that I was in communication with. Yes. All right. So if we don't have any more questions at this point, let's go straight into the website. So I'm going to share my portal with you guys. So what I'm going to do, I will show you. Okay, so let's do something better. Let some one of you suggest a product for me, and we are going to find a supplier for that product. That will be our case study for this evening, right? Because it makes us, I already did this, right? I want to show you how you can do it if you are starting from scratch and the things that you are, something that you are looking for, right? So if someone can suggest a product that you would like us to do this live case study on so that we can find a great supplier for that product. So let me know, don't be shy. Oh, 2025 diaries, lovely. Okay, so what we said in the beginning is that we have to be specific. If I go and I search for 2025 diaries, I'm going to get a million 2025 diaries. What size of diary are you looking for? Yes, what size of diaries are you looking for? And what material? Like, do you want it to be leather finish? Do you want it to be like a case finish like this? What size of diary are you looking for, and what finish are you looking for? Let me know. And we're going to use that to run the search. Do I have a diary here? I have a diary outside. This is kind of like a portfolio, but it also could be a size of a diary. This is maybe 12 inches, maybe by 10, right? It depends on the customer, the client that we are thinking of, right? This is what we would have shared. Okay, so 4x6, 5x8, pink-ish, okay? Faux leather finish. Okay, awesome. So I'm looking for my pen. I don't have, okay, let me put that in my phone so that when we are doing the search, that I would know that we could put that in. So you want it to be 4x6 or 5x8. And you want it to be pink-ish, okay? And we want it to be faux leather in the finish. Okay. All right, awesome. So let's go with that. 2025 diaries, awesome. So I'm going to share my my Alibaba page. Okay, all right, awesome. So you are seeing my screen. This is my Alibaba account. And so we are doing a live demo. Again, I'm going to be showing you all the things that we would have spoken of before. This is the chart down to the bottom here that I was talking about. It's not only in your mobile app, it's also on your desktop app. So this is a chart down here. This is your account information. So it would show all of your orders. It would show all of your messages. It will show all of the quotations that you have been received. If you have made anything like favorite or started, meaning that, yes, I love this product and this supplier, you can add them to your favorites. Your favorites are going to be here. And it's also going to have all of your account information like your card, your credit card, your address, your personal name, all of that in there. And of course, you can sign out through there. All right. This is your cart. If you have anything in your cart, it's going to pop up in your cart. Well, my cart is empty at the moment, right? This is where all of your orders are. So you're looking at this tab here. This is where all of your orders are. You see what pops up first, what we spoke about, trade assurance. I want you to get familiar with that sign because we are only doing business with give trade. I don't want to hear that we do business without being assured. All right. Trade assurance, right? It says that it's safe and easy payments. Just what I said, a money back policy, right? Shipping and logistics services so that they show you what is the best way to get your product or your service, right? And also after sales protections. Like, listen, you don't want to, okay, we purchase 100 of these items, right? But one thing after 3 months, pages start to fall out of these diaries that we are about to purchase. Like, how are we going to be protected 3 months after our purchase, right? After sales protection, okay? All of that you get with trade assurance. Awesome. Right, this is your chat. When you start searching, if you ask a supplier for a quotation on a product, a whole host of other suppliers are going to be jumping into your inbox trying to offer you the same thing, right? You can entertain them if you wish, just as what we spoke about in terms of, dating and, trying out different suppliers. You can, if you wish, but they are going to be reaching out to you. Your inbox is going to be full. All right. When you start searching and looking around, just be mindful of that. All right. Here, again, what I would have shared with you, you can choose what language you want to communicate with the supplier in. They have all the languages. Also, what dollar value you want to trade in. Some of them, they have all the currencies here. Even if you are in Trinidad and Tobago and you want to do the TT dollars, they have TT dollars here. And they have ways that they can get that money if you choose to use the TT dollars. See, Trinidadian should be Trinbagonian dollar, all right? All right, and it also shows where you want your stuff delivered to. You can change your location, country, all of that in here. All right, but this is what it is set at for now. Okay, so these are the basics here. Now, moment of truth, right? This is a search bar where you would see what we are looking for. You can look for products. You can search for manufacturers, right? Remember, I said that you are doing research on your manufacturer. You can search them in Alibaba, and Alibaba is going to show you all about that supplier and their reputation. And also you can search regional suppliers in here, all right? But for the purpose of this training, we are going to search for products, all right? So I want to show you, if we just put in 2025 diaries. So you see it starts to give you some additional searches as well in terms of size, if you want it custom, if you want it spiral, if you want inserts, if you want it. So you see what I've been talking about with being specific. You want it with a pen, you want it to be notebook style. How do you want it? So you see what I'm talking about. Be so specific. So we are going to build on this. Let's start with that 2025 diary. 2025 diaries, they have more than 2,000 products. That just says, that contains 2025 diary, more than 2,000. All different sizes, all different finishes. The list will go on and on and on and on and on. All right, we don't have that time to waste, okay? We don't have that time to waste. So let's go and start expanding our specifications immediately. We said that let's try that 4 by 6. Okay, let's do the 5 by 8 size and see if anything comes up. 5 by 8. 5 by 8, 5 by 8. So yeah, so this is 8 times 5. So this looks closer to what we want. We know this is the size that we want, right? We would see if we would even consider 8.5 by 11, but no, we said we want 5 by 8. So this looks like a good fit. Okay, let's see if there's anything else on this first page, because I don't like to waste time. I'm looking at the first page. All right. 5 by 8, 5 by 8, 5 by 8. We are looking for 5 by 8. Yes, so this also is 1. So you see the compare button. We can compare this item, right, back with this item, right? As I said, the website does a whole lot for you, all right? Now, again, for those of you who might have been paying attention, right? What is one thing here that, if I am considering this option, what is one thing that I should be looking for to say, okay, let me consider this supplier here. Somebody could tell me one thing I should be looking for.
Trade assurance.
Trade assurance. Trade assurance. Let me click on it and see if I see trade assurance. A badge saying trade assurance. Okay. So this is, are you seeing the expanded page now? Are you seeing the new page with the 2024 diary?
Yes.
Right. Okay, good, good, good. Okay. All right. I'm not seeing trade assurance being offered by this, but I'm seeing here on the side, Alibaba protects orders placed and paid on the platform with trade assurance. So it seems as though I believe that that icon should be shown. I'm going to continue to look, but that icon should be shown somewhere on the top here, right? Or when we go back to this page, where is it? When we go back to that page to see where they have all of the different offerings of this supplier, that it should be there to the top. So let's look to see, is this supplier verified? I'm not seeing that the supplier is verified. You see the sign say that they are verified. I'm not seeing that they are verified. I'm not seeing trade assurance. I'm not seeing stars, meaning that they have done business with people before. I'm not seeing that. It says that it's not saying how long they have been. Okay, yes, 4 years. They have been in business 4 years now. They have 8 reviews. All right. Their rating is 4.7 out of 5. So let's go back to see this supplier. Let's dig a little deeper. So they have been 4 years on Alibaba. Their minimum quantity is 16 pieces. So I cannot go to them and say I need 10 pieces. No, their minimum order is 16 pieces, and each one with the minimum order of 16 will cost $2.20 US. If you increase your amount that you're ordering, I'm sure that this cost here will go down, all right? So they have variations. So you can select the color. This particular item has one color. We know that we want it to be pinkish. So I don't think the supplier just off the bat would be right for us, because they're not giving what we want, right? The size, they are giving us the size. This particular diary has 85 sheets of paper in it for 220. So let's go. If let's say I order 100, let's see if this price changes. Price is still at 220. Let's go 10,000. Okay, price is still 220. This is not a supplier that I would want to deal with, because I could clearly see that the more that I order, the price remains the same. And yes, the price remains the same, right? Shipping, they expedite shipping. They have a shipping fee. Okay, let me see something here. Okay, right, okay. So if I order 100, they have a shipping fee of 1,200 US for 100 pieces. And it is going to deliver by the 20th of November. So we are in around the 22nd of October. So it will take about a month for me to get this item. So they have other options. So you could select, as we said, expedite. This is their only, let me see. Everything else is more money. Premium, blah, 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 blah. So the lowest cost option is this option, which would take me 1 month to get. This supplier does not attract me. because there's very little information about them. They give you some key attributes, but it's just a few things that they tell you, right? Printed, it will be PU leather, it's black, the size, they give you the thickness of the paper, sample time, immediate sample, okay, that sounds good. Sample policy, you get your sample for free and you pay the freight, right? They will ship it out, but you pay either when you get it or you pay before it leaves their facility, right? This is category of school product. The feature is a small, smooth and water-resistant soft cover, the minimum order quantity, and they tell you how it is packaged. 64 pieces in a box or the big cartoon, all right? More information, lead time, and all of this is part of your research. Do not skip over anything, drop down everything, right? You see here, you see what I am talking about? The lead time, the quantity, if it's 1 to 100 pieces, you get your item in 15 days. If it's more than 100 pieces, they would have to let you know. Or in other words, they say it will be negotiated. All right. It depends on how much you are ordering. They tell you about your sample. You get 1 piece with your sample. Now, what they didn't say up here, but they are saying down here, there's a price for this sample. And the price for the sample you see is more than the price for, well, of course, your item if you buy 16. You have to pay $5.20 for this sample, okay? And they have here one time where you can order your sample immediately, even though they said that up here is free. So that's why I am not too happy with this supplier off the bat. They have ratings here, 4.7 out of 5 ratings, saying that they have okay supplier service, 4.7 on the shipment, and the product quality, 4.6. This person gave them 5 stars and saying, I just received a sample. It looks just as good as it did in the photos. The quality is spot on. The seller is very active. Great service. Good product. April is very easy to solve your problems, blah, blah, blah. Lovely. Let me go. And again, we are talking about research. I would go through each one of these reviews because I'm looking for anything that I have to look out for with this supplier, right? The person that leaves a 1 star, 2 star, not that they are being just malicious, but it's because they had an issue. And you want to look at every possible instance that there was an issue. And so, look, again, they show you the 3 stars. Let's see the person who said 3 stars. They just said no. Okay, what do they mean? I have no idea. Let's see the person that says 4 stars. Good. Okay, and for the most part, this person had 5 stars, right? But because they are not really giving me what I am looking for, I would probably not use this supplier. So again, you scroll down to the bottom, it has most of the pictures, the videos where they show you the product in greater detail. All right. Always go straight down to the bottom of the page. Do not miss anything. Company introduction, you could use this to look at the companies, search more about them. The frequently asked questions that they have. Where is your factory located? How can I visit? They tell you where, well, they have 3 different locations. Their clients from home and abroad are welcome to visit. All right. Do they have any certifications, samples, quality control, warranty, shipping, right? And down to the bottom, you would get other suppliers that are frequently bought together or competitors. All right. So I would not use this supplier. I would want to go, let's check. And again, not verified, all right? There was this one that we were looking at, and again, I'm very mindful of your time tonight, right? If you have to hop off, you can always look at the replay, but I'm showing you firsthand what you have to be looking for. This is a verified supplier. They have 1 star. They have 2 years on Alibaba. Even though they have 5, they have very limited reviews, all right? So let me go back up here and put in that additional spec that we had. Let's say leather. Let's do that one time. And we are also putting in pink. Pink. So let's go. Immediately like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what pops up immediately? Even though it says it's a planner, I mean, you could easily make it into a diary, right? You see diary here, custom it pulls the keywords that we put in there. Immediately, I would be drawn to this at once. Why? Because it is attractive, right? It ticks a lot of the groups. They are verified. They have 5 stars. They are 5 years on Alibaba. They have sold 53,000 of these. Look at the price. They have lots of reviews. 1 second, my husband is calling me. 1 second. I'm in the middle of a class. And the class still. Okay. Yes. So I would be drawn to this. So let's click on here quickly. All right. So this is a custom, and you remember what we said in the beginning. This website allows you to customize. And when we said in the beginning, we didn't just want a plain faux leather planner, what are we talking about? Diary, right? We want something that is highly functional, highly attractive, the very best for our clients, okay? So I would easily look at this and make this into a diary. Remember, on the inside, you are going to tell them exactly what you want on the inside. If you want it tabbed with the different months, this supplier shows me that they know what they are doing, all right? They have 5-star reviews. They have sold 53,000. They are verified, all right? So I'm looking at the trade assurance. It seems, because trade assurance used to be, when I was using it, on each supplier, but it seems as though you have the choice to take trade assurance or not, or that the supplier offers trade assurance, right? Protection, and they are telling you that this product is protected. So yes, this has trade assurance on it. If you don't see this down here, that means that they don't have trade assurance. So let's do a bit of digging here. All right. Remember that first one that we looked at? They only had one option they had the same price for 1 piece, the 16 pieces, 10,000 pieces, they had one price. Here, the more that you purchase, the lower your cost is, right? So 500 to 999 pieces, 284. If you do over 1,000, you get it for 258. If you order, is this 50? No, 500,000 pieces. You pay $1. Okay. Color. It's what we want. Picture. This is pink. We wanted it to be pinkish. Close enough. This is A5 rule. Close enough to our 5 by 8. They also, if you want the design, right? You have different options, right? If you want them designed. The shipping, they have okay. They have the option for 500 pieces, estimated delivery. I think that this shipping cost is like ridiculous. Ridiculous. I cannot spend $100,000 for 500 of these. Something is definitely wrong there. And this is something that you are going to have to talk with the supplier about and get clarification on, because this does not seem correct. All right. Their minimum order quantity is 500 pieces. Yes, their minimum order is 500 pieces. So this is the shipping that you would have to pay if you use that minimum order quantity. A bit ridiculous, but this is something that can be negotiated. All right. They give you the specs. Okay. So we are looking at the photos. Highly customizable. Highly customizable. I love this for a diary. I would buy this as a diary. All right. They give you all of the attributes. Where is it manufactured? Brand name, model. They have hardcover. You use this for promotion, I guess, perfect for what you want to do. The size, you have different sizes. They accept customized logos, right? The sample time, they tell you 3 days. To produce it, it will take 14 days. They give their payment terms. They have an X charge for the logo. So this is your setup fee. If you want to put your logo on there, you have to pay $100, and that is a one-time fee. All right. And they tell you the weight of one single gross weight. This also seems to be pretty exorbitant. I believe that this is for like the big package. One maybe of 10 of them in a package would be 14 kgs. All right. Again, lead time, we are dropping down everything. If you order 10,000, 1 to 10,000, it's 20 days. Over that, they would have to let you know. The samples, one piece is a sample. They give you the price for the sample, $150, and you can order your sample. Performance analysis. Remember, we did not see this in that previous supplier, right? So which supplier you would think would be more credible will be this one, right? If you order, so their volume, people order more than 10 usually on this. Their sales amount is over $10,000. So we could see that they have more sales, right? We could see that the trend, the order trend, lately, people have been ordering less and less of these. You'll have to do your investigation to see why, right? But the sales has been increasing. So you would have to view more data. So let's see. Because remember, we are doing research, we are doing proper research. 30 plus in 30 days, 30 plus in 30 days, okay. The sales in the last 90 days was just over $6,000. I would say, I mean, it's pretty low, but you don't know how much a person ordered. But in the last year and a half, well, 180 days, they have sold over $10,000, and they have had 10 plus inquiries in the last 180 days. They give you the sales data. Listen, I tell you, Alibaba, they tell you everything, right? They give you the price analysis. They give you their sales data, and they share about the supplier. What is the usual order volume? Their sales amount, how many inquiries? And this was over 2024, over a period of time. Their sales amount and their inquiries. So you see, the website gives you a whole lot. Customization, right? Customized packaging. You only get to customize it if you order that minimum order of 500 pieces. You get graphic customization if you order 500 pieces, and you also get to customize your logo if you order 500 pieces. For more customization details, message the supplier. They show you their certifications. They show you the reviews. This person says the quality is phenomenal, and I have nothing but good things to say about my custom notebooks. Listen, I would want this. Undefined. Wow. Five undefined. That is a great review. All right. And they give you more information. So you have your work cut out for you. It's not a one and done. They give you, and again, I said down to the bottom, they give you more information about them, how to get your free sample. They show you how they bind. They have the different binding methods. You have the pocket display, ribbon display. They show you the customize your inner page. So they could also do this design for you. They show you the cover material. You could choose from the material that you listen, you could also choose your color. I know that this is pink, but you have the choice to choose your color, all right? And the cover craft, so how the feel of the cover, all right? You could die cut it, you could have it stamped, all of that. Heat transfer, right? This is how it, could look, customized on the inside. Listen, they have it all here. I like this supplier because you could see the difference between this one and the first one that we choose. All the information, they show you their factory, right? All of that is there. So this is a real life example of what we are, right? And then if you want to chat with the supplier, you could start your order. You can decide you chat with them first. So you click the chat button and you start a conversation. All right. So this is basically what we would have done for this particular request. So how was that? How was that for you? Is it better to ship to Trinidad directly? And are there extra clearance fees? If so, oh my gosh, I did not ship my planners to Trinidad because I would have had to pay extra for duties, taxes, shipping. I shipped mine to the US and I held them there until I could figure out piece by piece how to get them to Trinidad because it would have been so much more money to get it here. Now, it also depends on the items that you are bringing in. For books, you can possibly get away with paying no duties on the books to get them here, but I think you still have to pay VAT, or I'm not sure, but you would have to do the research on the duties or if your item is tax exempt to get here. That might help you to have a lower cost of the items. But if your items are bulky, if your items are also heavy, it can cost you a pretty pound. If your items are according to what it is, if it's electronics or clothing or jewelry or stuff like that, it usually would cost a lot more in duties and taxes. So you have to make the decision. Shipping to the US is usually lower cost and you don't have to pay anything extra. The price that they give you is final to the US. But when it comes to other countries that you have to pay for duties and taxes, you have to do your analysis that way to see if it's worth it for you. At the end of the day, when you do your calculations and you see the cost to bring it to Trinidad and the markup that you want to put on that after, would it make sense for you there? Or if to ship it to the States and figure out how to get it from the States to your customers from there, right? I chose to leave mine there. I shipped mine in small pieces because my planners came 10 in one large box. I shipped them as I needed them here. But for the most part, my planners shipped to the customer from the US. I was able to find someone who, like a fulfillment center that would hold the items for me and ship them out for me as I needed them instead of bringing it all here. And so I was able to take my cost down significantly by doing that. Right? So we have been on for just about an hour and a half. Thank you guys so much for you guys stayed right through. I really appreciate that. Let me know if this information was valuable to you? Did you learn something new? Let me see if I can still paste, right? Yes, I'm pasting the link to the checklist that's there again. I would also share it with you once you reach out to me, any social media, email, whatever, and I will get that to you. Right. I hope that you would have learned something. I myself, it's a great refresher for me. I always love sharing with you guys. I want you guys to win. I want you guys to have the best products. And this is just, the tip of it to show you what the things that you need to look out for. Right. So the replay would be on YouTube. You could go directly, you could share it with a friend anytime that you want to go back and look at the slides and get the refresher on, okay, this is what do I need to look out for? Again, go back to the training while you are doing your research. Remember to thoroughly research. This is your money, your hard-earned money, your investment that you are putting out there, right? And to make sure that you get what you want, right? So that is it. Let me know if there are any more questions. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. If you don't, thank you guys for tuning in. And I would chat with you again. Always send me a message. If you have any questions at all, I'll be happy to assist, all right? So thank you guys for spending your evening with me. And enjoy the evening. Let's go grow the business and get great quality products for ourselves and our clients, all right? So thank you guys for tuning in, and let me know how this session was for you. I'd love to get your feedback, okay? So take care, guys, and we will chat again very soon.
Thank you so much, Kelisha. Bye.
Thank you for staying on.